Hola, what is up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, please subscribe, check out the new merch that should have just dropped. Trying to do this impromptu quick overview, just give you guys a heads up. I went to Lowe's for wrenches of all things. My dad needed some, and I'll probably do a video because I got a really cool kit that was pretty affordable compared to the other Connect smaller kits that I bought. Like not much of a difference, and you get a whole lot more, so I'll get into that. But today I wanted to show you guys that the Klein ModBox drawer was $99. So if you guys have been on the fence about it, it's not showing up at all online, because I went online on the computer to check. It is still showing that it is $140.
All right, so as I'm editing this, I have to correct myself. If you go on Lowe's website, they will gladly take your $159.98. So that apparently is the full price. In store, it said $139 normal price. I have no idea. I feel like these prices change with this Klein stuff. So if you go online right now, it's going to say $159.98. And if you go in the store, hopefully you can find it for the 99 sale that I found it at. Oh, and I completely forgot. If we check Amazon, it is $149.98. Again, I don't know what's going on with the price. I've seen it at $139, but on Lowe's it says $159, where Amazon is $149. And it says it's on sale right now on Amazon. And then, if you can find it at the store for $99, it's a pretty good deal.
I can't buy it for 99 bucks online, anything like that. So I happened to be in the store. They had it on display and it says on sale $99. It was like an official, it's not clearance, it's not any of that. It was just an official price that they had it with a sign and everything. So if you guys have been on the fence, maybe go check out your Lowe's. If you guys were interested in a drawer, this specifically I think is the 54821MB, single drawer, deep drawer, no wheels, any of that stuff. Maybe you guys have been interested in it. I'm gonna go over just how it is. It does seem pretty cool. I wish they would go with black and orange accents, or gray with orange accents, but I got it here. I'm gonna start removing that big Milwaukee box on this side right here. I'll compare it to the wheeled toolbox that I have from Milwaukee as well. Kind of show you the difference and see if everything in there kind of fits into this. But if you want to have some drawers for your setup, 99 bucks, go check it out. If they had some more stuff, I might have picked up more if they were on sale. All right, so it locks in and it snaps in, so I don't see it opening when you are driving around or anything. But if you need to actually lock it with a little lock, padlock, that's what this bar is for. And then you push that in, go down. So that's kind of cool. You can see here that there's a lever when you do stack them, right? That's how you unlock it. So that cuts into the drawer a little bit. That might be a big deal, might not be. When you open it up here, you have plenty of space. You just have that piece right here that's going to stick up from the bottom. That's actually going to be very helpful in mounting it to the floor here for me personally. At the deepest part, it is right under 11. It's like 10 3/4 that you can clear. At the middle, you're looking at about 9 inches. And then 16.5 across. And about 12 3/4 front to back. So if that's sufficient for you, I think it is for me. Check it out. So like I said, here you do have clearance. So I'm able to put something to kind of pinch it up against the side here. I can mount a piece of metal. I was just using metal as like a rail. That way this stuff didn't shift over. Like I had a crate over here. So I can cut this in half and kind of have it here, and it'll still like clear that section, right? So I can put a piece of metal there to kind of wedge it. Because the one thing I do not understand from Klein and Tough Built, because I do have a Tough Built crate here. I like the crates from Tough Built. They don't offer any mounting plates, anything on the, like you can put on the floor and then lock it in for some reason. So I'm having to, you know, use something in the, like that I can drill, but I have this wood floor. You guys might not have that, or you use bungees, which I do too, but it'd be nice to have something to secure it in place that you can actually like mount with screws and all that. So I don't know why they don't have that. So when I put this there, we're gonna have to wedge it, and I'm gonna wedge a crate basically next to it that I will lock into place with pack outs, a pack out plate, because that's going to be Milwaukee. This is going to be the only Klein ModBox that I have for now. They do have a deep organizer, because that's what I'm using. So that setup over there is like an install box. So right now I'm going to move all the thermostat wire. I don't have any disconnect boxes, but like whips, all that conduit wiring goes in there. I'm gonna put that in here, and then on top I have like my PVC stuff. So some quick pre-made P-traps, a lot of fittings, electrical fittings goes in there, the glue. And the only thing is I looked at the ModBox deep organizer, and it's more of it's more for like screws and things like that. It has bins in it, where that has like dividers, and you can use the whole box itself and still keep it separate. So I was like, no, like the Klein doesn't have what I need to be able to make a complete tower from Klein. Like I would have to mix and match. When I had showed this to the guys, because this was an impulse purchase, I was like, for 99 bucks, you know, I'll bite. And I had showed the guys, and Kurt was like, now how are you going to use that with all your Milwaukee stuff? I did a quick Google search. There is a couple of Etsy people that do like 3D printing and all that, which is great. In this day and age, you can find something 3D printed. Like I could have had mounts also made for Klein, for Tough Built. If you want to buy like 3D printed stuff and then drill them in, I'll kind of leave a link as to what I'm going to use. I've seen others use it now that I looked into it. And basically we're going to get a plate that goes here, and then a Milwaukee one can snap into that plate, and it'll interlock a Milwaukee with a Klein. So I'm gonna go that route. I'm gonna order it today. I'll give you guys an update on when that comes in. So yeah, we're gonna be doing this setup right here. They don't have something, and it's another thing, that box that I mentioned that it's like a parts bin is, I think, 65 bucks for that parts bin that's kind of like this one. Not as much room inside, but I could either spend more money into the ModBox or just keep this and buy that adapter for 50 bucks and be able to use what I have already, right? So I either pay 65 bucks and go down a rabbit hole of buying more Klein ModBox stuff, or I just get the adapter and already use what I have. I mean, it's a little bit cheaper and it makes a little more sense. All right, so I'm just gonna give you the measurements of this one real quick. This one is obviously larger, but it's actually not as big as I thought it was by looking at it. So you do get, what is your clearance on this? About 14.5 inches height, about 19 inches width, because you got to take into account all the little grooves and everything. And then over here, if you go through the middle, you get about 12 inches front to back. So spacious, but just by a couple inches, right? This is what I was using before. I was trying to utilize how tall it was, putting more stuff in there, but I think for what it is, I can put all of this in there. It's just wiring. I have like, you know, hanging strap. I do carry some fast stat wire extenders in there. These fit perfect. I don't have a spool, but we got our thermostat wire. Just a lot of electrical stuff that I might need on installs, or when we have duct issues. So straps and everything. I mean, all of that can fit in here. I still have room for my disconnects when I restock. A pack, like a conduit line, a whip line. That'll fit in here. Let me just also compare it before it starts. There's a storm. It's going to start raining really bad. Let me get the wheeled version. I have a wheeled Milwaukee toolbox. Milwaukee also has a drawer that's like this with wheels, and it's a lot taller. So if you need more space, the Milwaukee has, you know, their own version already out now. I did see it at Home Depot.
And if you're going to complain that that one is $250, this is what it's comparable to from Klein. This is a wheeled drawer. They only offer it in a 2-drawer system, as you see right here, and it is $219. Again, I don't know what's up with these prices because I clearly saw it at $229 in the store, in another store that I went to, because we have like 3 different Lowe's that I can get to in my area. So I had seen it at $229. Online it says $219, and Milwaukee's version is $250. So they're all kind of in the same price range. The Milwaukee one is quite a bit bigger overall compared to this one, but just so we can compare apples to apples, they're all going to be in this price point. If you want the large drawer system of some sort, wheels, handle, telescoping handle, all that kind of stuff. And then this was the organizer that I had, the only deep organizer I had seen. It wasn't going to work for what I needed, but maybe you might like it. This one was $65. I'd rather buy the adapter and deal with it that way.
Just gonna wait a little bit because like at $99, couldn't pass it up. And being able to buy the adapter, it's about $150 for that setup versus Milwaukee's $250. So I don't need it to be wheeled. It is more expensive because it has wheels and it's a lot bigger, but I don't need that. I just needed something small that I can access quickly if I need to grab thermostat wire, whatever it is. This is what I've always had in my van for that kind of setup. So this is more comparable. This is the wheeled pack out rolling toolbox. And on this one, the only cool thing is you get a tray on these. You don't get that on these like drawer systems. This one, it's more in line. It's like 14 and a half, maybe 14 inches to be safe. 18 inches across. And I don't know if you guys can hear the rain. And about 12 inches back to front. So this is what I was using before. This has obviously the wheels, the handle, all that kind of stuff. So more what I'm used to. I think this will do just fine. If you guys are interested, run to your Lowe's. I'm getting rained on right now. Check out the merch, like I said. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. See you guys.